Welcome to Fantastic Vision. Please subscribe us before you watch today's video. Mobile internet is like an information highway. From 1G to 4G, mobile internet has not only spawned new economic forms such as instant messaging, food delivery, e-commerce and short videos, but also created millions of jobs, allowing many grassroots people to have a job to make a living and brought huge value to society. Therefore, in this modern era, whoever can take the lead in mastering advanced technology in the next information revolution will be able to dominate the direction of future economic development. For example, Qualcomm, an American company, has a large number of communication patents in the 2G to 4G era and participated in the formulation of communication standards. Therefore, when the era of smartphones comes, Qualcomm can make tens of billions of net profits just by collecting patent licensing fees, and even mobile phone giants such as Huawei, Apple, Samsung and Xiaomi have become its workers. However, the emergence of Huawei 5G is like a sharp blade that pierces Qualcomm's heart, making it feel the threat from the large state-owned enterprises in the East for the first time. You should know that when Huawei launched the Kirin 9000 with an integrated 5G baseband, Qualcomm did not even have an external 5G chip, so it can be said that it was directly beaten. With the launch of Huawei's 5G, countries around the world have negotiated with Huawei, trying to get Huawei to participate in the construction of domestic 5G networks. But what people never expected was that in order to consolidate its hegemony in the communications industry and restrict the international development of Huawei's 5G business, the United States actually concocted the security backdoor incident and instigated and coerced other countries to exclude Huawei's 5G. Under a series of measures taken by the United States, the United Kingdom, Italy, Australia, France and other countries have torn up the cooperation agreements reached with Huawei and chose to backstab Huawei. Not only that, under the leadership of the United States, the United Kingdom also stated that it will invest huge sums of money to completely dismantle Huawei's 5G equipment. It can be said that they all follow the lead of the United States. But after Qualcomm, Ericsson and Nokia announced 5G one after another, everyone realized that Huawei has an absolute advantage in terms of technology, equipment security, and cost-effectiveness. According to data, by the end of 2022, Huawei ranked first in the world with a share of 14.59% in the number of 5G essential patent families, far exceeding Qualcomm, Ericsson and Nokia. Seeing that Huawei's 5G is developing better and better, France, Italy and Germany, which had previously backstabbed Huawei, have announced the lifting of the ban on Huawei's 5G and also expressed their willingness to cooperate with Huawei and hope that Huawei will participate in the domestic 5G construction. Even the United Kingdom, which had previously said that it would dismantle Huawei equipment, said it would suspend the plan, and has not started it yet, which is equivalent to slapping itself in the face. But what is unexpected is that one of these countries has been banning Huawei 5G and has not lifted the ban yet. This country is Australia. As we all know, Huawei, as a communications manufacturer, has provided wireless technology services to Australia for 15 years, but Australia did not expect that it would backstab Huawei at a critical moment. The funny thing is that the reason given by Australian Prime Minister Morrison at the time was threatening national security. Obviously, this was the United States behind the scenes. I thought that following the United States would gain more benefits, but what Morrison never dreamed of was that the reversal would come so quickly. In just 4 years, Australia's domestic communication network has ushered in the bitter fruit. According to IT Home, as early as the end of 2023, Optus, Australia's second-largest telecommunications operator, had a large-scale network failure, which affected 40% of the Australian population, and even tens of billions of hospitals could not receive emergency calls normally, which was simply terrible. According to Finder's survey, 46% of people in Australia are currently using 5G networks, 24% do not want to use 5G networks, and 22% do not have 5G devices. There are even 8% who don't even know what 5G networks are. It can be seen how slow the popularization of 5G in the country is. What's even more heartbreaking is that Australia has only just announced the closure of its 3G network. You should know that we launched the 3G network as early as 2009 and enabled 5G in 2019. As of the end of February this year, the number of 5G base stations in China has reached 3.509 million, and the number of 5G users has exceeded 841 million. Even breakthroughs in the 6G field have frequently appeared. On the other hand, Australia has only just begun to shut down its 3G network, and the network era between the two feels very different. In fact, Huawei built a lot of 5G equipment in Australia, which can greatly improve Australia's network environment. If it has developed to this day, it is estimated that Australia's domestic network will be very smooth. But Morrison was willing to act as a puppet of the United States, directly announcing the ban on Huawei 5G and dismantling Huawei equipment. Now, in just 4 years, Australia's domestic network environment is a mess, and the United States has not given it any help. It can be said that Australia finally lost the bet. As the saying goes, the battle for national destiny is the battle for technology. In order to show goodwill to the United States, Australia actually gambled its own national destiny. It can be said that Morrison was very short-sighted at the time, and it is no wonder that he failed in the general election later. With the new Prime Minister taking office, Australia has also begun to repair China-Australia relations in recent years, and even sent a top delegation to visit China in the first half of this year. It can be said that there is still sincerity. I hope that Australia can sincerely recognize its wrong decision this time, and take the initiative to lift the ban on Huawei 5G. Only in this way can their domestic network environment be saved. Please like if you agree.